Hello, friends. My name is Maximus, and I'll be your Dungeon Master for the evening. I'd like to welcome you all to the 41st episode of Castles and Cantrips, where some of your favorite streamers play Dungeons and Dragons live on Friday nights. I'm joined by our amazing cast of Bunny Dreadful, Mac and Cheese Please, returning, Virtual Spectre, Moodblight Jagger from the GGN crew, as well as our special guest returning this week, Mr. Nice DM himself, Dungeon Master of Secret Adventure Society, Zachy Whack.
Hello. Thank you guys for having me again. I'm so stoked.
Twitchy mustache hero that we all deserve.
Has no idea what he's in for.
No, not at all. And what was I gonna say? I had something to say. This is my show. I should probably know what I'm gonna say, but I'm distracted because I turned things off on accident.
Merch, that's what it is. It's gonna be the merch and the Patreon.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey, she got a black and white one?
No,
It's
no,
green.
it's green.
Why didn't you get me one?
Ooh.
On to the announcements. We do have Castles and Cantrips merch. If you just go to castlesandcantrips.com/merch, you can have some. I would put it in chat, but
Yeah, Bun, that's exactly where you could go to get it.
Oh man, I'm in trouble after the show, guys. I'm in trouble after the show. I'm gonna type it in the chat because my stream deck was very upset with anything Twitch earlier. So there, go to that link. It'll be in the description if you're listening as well. We've got fantastic shirts and mugs like this one, all designed by our very own Bunny Dreadful, art extraordinaire. But speaking of in the description and listening, that's my segue. Thank you everybody for listening to our podcast. I think last week we were just cresting 800. We're already up to 850 now. So we might be up to 900 soon. And then after that, it's 1,000. And then that's when my brain explodes. So thank you. If you'd like my brain to explode, then listen to our podcast. That's not a really good pitch. I don't, I'll workshop that, but you know, that's what we're going to go with for now. But yeah, thank you all so very much for listening to our show. It's on wherever podcasts are sold. Pick your app and look for Castles and Cantrips. And if it's not there, I'll be very surprised because it should be.
It's not there, then fuck them.
Whoa.
Yes. But if it's your podcast and you need it now, go to our Patreon, patreon.com/Castles and Cantrips, where you can get tiers where you can listen to the podcast early, or even watch the whole video early, or even make an NPC to be in my little D&D world, and we can put them wherever you want, which is also super fun. So everything you need there, castlesandcantrips.com. There's all sorts of clicky things on there based on what I said, and it's all in there, I promise. And if it's not, then I don't know what happened. Also, check out our TikTok because y'all keep saying funny stuff and I keep posting it and it's hilarious. So all of the funny things are on TikTok as well as YouTube Shorts. Go listen to them. castlesandcantrips.com. It's all there. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over for some reason. But if this is your first time listening, or if you just forgot, all of our alerts and bells and whistles are muted for immersion in our very serious D&D game, but they do show up in the chat and they show up in my heart. And I see all of them. So thank you very much for all the support, for following either here or all the other various platforms, as well as subscribing or patronizing our Patreon. That sounds right.
Is that a thing?
Is that
I don't
right?
know.
Doesn't sound right.
Becoming a patron.
Patronizing would be like the
Patronaging.
verb, but like I don't know.
We'll get our team on it. We'll get our writing team to look at that.
Right.
Yeah, we'll get the legal team on it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I got it.
Our
They'll
legal
workshop
team,
it.
writing team, they're all the same people.
Our ghostwriters.
Um,
Pledgers. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We'll work with that. But anyway, 41st episode. I'm so very excited. We are rapidly coming up on 1 year of this D&D show, which is, I don't know, but it's
What?
happening. So there you go. The end. That's what I had to say. Anyway, before I get too silly and go too far off the rails, which I fear has already been enough, we'll go ahead and settle in and get ready for tonight's episode of Castles and Cantrips. Our story last left off with Sweet Justice making their way towards the village of Halger. When they were within a day's journey of this village, they came across some loud growling and roaring in the snow-covered forest. As they grew closer, the party knew they were about to have a Yeti problem. They saw a strange mustachioed man yelling, "Retreat!" as a Yeti gave chase. Sweet Justice decided to come to this man's aid and to fend off the Yeti. Unfortunately for the group, this Yeti was not alone. After fending off a whole pack of them, the group formally met Sargento von Kappen, a former Vantis Navy sailor. After the Battle of Cantrips, Sargento wandered the Tyrian region in the north looking for purpose. Sargento informed the party he fled from Halger earlier that day after a large beast came up from the ground and attacked the village. The party learned that the creature had burned many buildings, but then subsequently froze them over. After hearing this news, Sweet Justice made haste towards the village. When they arrived, they observed the aftermath of this creature's destruction, and unfortunately, the attack had happened 4 to 5 hours prior. They began helping villagers getting back into their homes, and they learned that Sylvie, the seer from Forwinter, had also been in the village during the attack. She helped fend off the creature by raining ice from the sky, although she was badly injured in this battle and was taken back to Forwinter for healing. While in the village, Bryn learned that her sister, Gerd, had begun training to be a Gothi in the village, which is a sort of religious figure amongst their people. After ensuring all of the villagers were safe and sheltered into the town hall, the group made their way to Forwinter to speak with the seer named Sylvie. After around a day's travel, they made their way into Forwinter, and when they arrived, one of the townsfolk recognized Bryn and began calling her Thyra. She informed the populace nearby that Thyra had returned to help them and to save them. After a short time, a small crowd started to form around the group. The party pushed through this crowd that was forming and went to the Lost Hall, where Thane Hjalmar resided, as they learned the seer was sent there to heal. The Thane questioned the party about who they were and why they were there, although he immediately recognized Bryn. He was very curious as to why she had returned to Forwinter, especially now. The party stated to the Thane that they needed to speak with the seer to gain some valuable information in order to defeat this creature plaguing the surrounding hamlets and villages. Thane Hjalmar said he would consider their offer, but unfortunately, he was very busy at this moment. He invited the group to stay in a nearby longhouse until he was able to speak with them at length. The group was escorted by a whole retinue of guards and sent to their new abode. After receiving a hearty dinner, compliments of the Thane, the party found themselves waiting for him to call upon them. And that's where we will begin our session this evening, as you are all piled into this longhouse. It is into the evening time now, and you're curious when the Thane will call upon you, be it tonight or the next morning.
We are not prisoners, but prisoners, right?
That's a good way of putting it.
Okay.
Is it like a apartment or just a single room? And are there beds?
It's like a
and how many?
large, like longhouse. There are beds. There's places to sleep in here. It's not like a prison cell. It's like a nice like studio apartment, longhouse style. But you're just there with guards outside.
We're under house arrest, but it's not our house.
Yep. You have all of your belongings. They didn't take your weapons from you. It just seemed that at the time the Thane had a lot going on, with the seer and with the village being attacked nearby, and with the surprise of Bryn showing up. He's like, one problem at a time. You guys can hold on for a minute.
On has idea. It is maybe a crazy idea, but since our Gento can control the minds of creatures and possibly people, what if he can control whole village and we can escape?
It is like lots of people are on
Yeah, it's a lot of folks.
Plus, well, they're very stupid. Does that help magic work better?
Well, it does. It ain't for nothing. But
Well, there you go.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know, corralling that many people into a group for me to wave my magic stick at is probably ain't gonna do much.
I mean, I could corral them. How many people can you do? Let's say everybody is in like small area.
I don't know that there's a number on it. I think it just depends on everybody that's in 120 feet of me. I don't know why that's such a specific number that I just pulled out of my ass, but
It's very
that's what I got.
specific. Very.
Yeah.
But you know what? Specificity is the
Yeah, run like
soul of
7 meters
plannings.
I
Yes.
am a sailor. You gotta know exact measurements, you know.
Mhm,
How you stay
mhm.
alive out there on the open sea.
You know what? I like him. He's much better at plans than us. We make plans, we forget things all the time, like distance and languages that we know and colors of things and time of day. We could really
time
use
of day is
a...
a tough one, right?
Forget colors.
Yeah. Well, more importantly, we forgot
Potato,
that we do not speak
potato.
other languages, and you can't pretend to be somebody and not speak their language. Bryn's just
Holy
like
shit!
staring
I
at
just remembered I
Vin.
speak Dwarvish.
Oh,
That's helpful information, I suppose. Anyways, question. Will this cause people to be injured? Because Yeti that you control kill all other Yetis, no?
That was just because I told him to.
So you could tell them not to injure anyone.
Wow, they ain't gonna do nothing unless I tell them to.
What if other people injure them?
If other people injure them, then they're not gonna be under my control no more.
Okay, I do
Bryn?
not like this plan anymore.
You would know that for winter, Bryn, that this place, it's not like a super small village like Hauger. It's the largest sort of like hub in this region, being on the coast, and the village size is about between 1,500 to 2,000 people. It's a big place.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be able to get that many folks in 120 feet.
ooh. They said the seer was being treated for injuries, right?
Yes.
And we're trying to talk to her, yeah?
Yes.
I wonder if one of us could fake an injury or something, or a sickness.
Why
and try
fake
to get,
it?
And try to get in, you know,
Bryn, not
sneak
no real
in
injury,
close, huh?
Does this sound a little injury?
What
Oh,
are-
little to Bryn is big too.
Volunteer, you can
Here's what I had in mind. Ron, you're pretty
Okay.
beefy, right? What if
Wait.
Bryn just stabs you, and then we...
I like this plan.
Or-
It sounds
Hear
very
me
fun
out.
and bloody.
Ron does not like this.
You
plan.
can't stab me because I'll die.
Yeah, it's just like a little stab.
I'm just a
Not
frail...
big stab, Ron.
Wait.
Little stab.
But we have Vin. Vin can
You want to
make,
stab
Oh.
Vin?
no, not a real injury, but
Hear me
Vin can
out.
appear. Appearance can be injury.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I can
Oh.
do what I want.
Oh, so no real stabbing needs to
Well,
happen.
hear me out. Hear me out. Well, firstly, what is our intention? I have an idea.
Captive, and we no longer wish to be captive, and we don't want to injure any of the stupid people here. This is
But-
basically plan.
So you hear the
Well-
door begin to latch open as one of the
Oh, no.
guards comes inside, a big sort of burly gentleman with a sort of a close cut red beard, wearing like some hide armor, holding a shield, and you see a hand axe at his side. He says, "Good evening. I'm here to inform you straight from the Thane that fortunately the seer has not succumbed to her wounds and is currently stable. He's hoping that tomorrow you will be able to speak with her and ask her any questions. He would ask, though, in the first light in the morning, that you have an audience with him so he may discuss further plans against the creature in the area destroying hamlets and villages. Once you have discussed with him, then he will agree to let you speak to the seer. Is this agreeable?"
Oh, yes, agreed.
"Very well, I will inform him. If you need anything, please ask the guards outside and we will get you what you need.
Sweet bread, please.
Will
More
honey
honey
cakes
cake.
suffice?"
Yes.
Yes,
Very well.
as
Yes.
much as you can bring.
In some tea, this time hot, please.
He steps out of the room, and you hear him speaking to
we need
another
ice.
guard. What'd you yell?
I said, ice. We need some ice.
Ass? Why you need donkey?
Ice. I said,
Yeah, we're on confused.
Sounds like you're saying ass.
ice.
Yeah.
Isn't donkey hard to come by in this region?
Ice. It is
Are
pronounced
you in need of
ice.
a woman?
Ice. Y'all
Ice.
think I'm saying ass?
What?
Spell it.
Yes.
Yes.
Ass. Ice.
Ice.
Y'all not hear how that
Spell it.
sounds different?
Ice.
Ass.
Do you not
Ass.
hear how you
Ass.
sound different?
Wait, what ass has to do with women, Vin?
I'm just saying things like everyone else
think-
is saying things.
I think we should change subject. This is what I think.
So a short time later, you see someone come in with a plate full of honey cakes, and there's some tea. And they set it down, and they look around and say, "I'm sorry, I did not understand the request for ice.
Jesus.
It is
Oh!
if you look out you look outside, it's snow covered all over the ground."
Ice.
Oh, sorry, Sargento. They did not bring donkey.
I wanted sweet tea, but whatever.
I wanted sweet tea
They
with.
back out and close the
with
door, and it gets
ice?
latched again.
So he wants
What is wrong
puts
with you?
honey cake in tea. Ron just
Wait.
goes out of the window
Don't
and just
do
scoops
this.
up some ice and
Tell
puts it in
me.
a cup. And
We're
puts
skipping an
crumbs
important thing
of,
here.
of honey bread or whatever and gives it to
Why are
him.
you ruining
about?
it?
Now it's soggy.
But this is what he wants.
Is
Try
this what you
Yeah.
wanted, Sargento?
Try it. Well, it it
No.
ain't quite like Mama used to make, but you try it.
I'll try
There's
it.
some bread, there's some
Where
crumbs
are you
floating around in
from?
there, but I'm
Hmm.
from Vantis.
Deep
Yeah, I've been
Vantis.
to Vantis.
Deep,
Nobody-
I'm from deep southeast Louisiana, Vantis.
Southern Vantis.
Louisiana, never heard of. Seems made up place.
Well, maybe we misunderstood Thane. He wants to make a audience and then we can see Seer. This is a original plan.
So we don't need to pretend anything. Like, we're good as we are.
Unless he wants to kill Bryn to take her power.
Well, he
which
definitely
obviously
wants
he's
to kill me and take the
very
powers,
stupid.
which
He
is
cannot take power.
going to be a very fun surprise for him when he kills me and nothing happens, but, you know, whatever.
No, Ron will not allow that to happen. Ron,
You cannot do
Thane.
much about it,
Fine.
Ron. It's a whole town, I mean, village, I mean,
Ron will burn
very large.
down a whole town to save Bryn.
Ron! I slap Ron in the face.
What was
Do you
that
hear what
for?
you just said?
Sorry, Bryn. Ron will
You would burn down
save people,
a town.
normal people.
Like what happened to your people? You will never do such thing. I will not have it.
Bryn, it's a figure of speech.
I've never
Sorry,
heard.
Bryn.
Plus, Ron never used figure of speech. What are you talking about? He doesn't even know what that is.
No, Ron would do it.
Wrong.
Ron just
Ron.
does not want Bryn to die. That's all.
If I have to die, it is not a big deal. I don't want innocent people getting hurt. As stupid as they are, they do not deserve to die. Especially
this-
not by fire.
I looked at Sargento and just like, we don't usually burn down towns.
Ron just sits down and pouts because he got slapped and scolded by Bryn.
I feel good about it still.
As Ron is sitting down, rubbing his cheek from the both surprise, maybe a little pain. His skin turning maybe a bright shade of pink in that area.
Ron grabs ice from the window and just puts on his cheek.
You got some
Alright.
ass for your cheek?
Oh, snow.
No.
No donkey.
Why did you do this to us?
I'm just gonna stop talking. I don't know.
All right, so anything else you all would like to discuss for the night? The night is yours, and then you can wait till the morning light for them to retrieve you if you'd like, or anything else you want to do or discuss. It's up to you.
Ain't nobody clocked the fact that I'm from Vantis, have they? They don't seem to have recognized that so far.
You're a long way from home. Long way.
They know he's an outsider, right? But
They know he's an
not,
outsider,
like-
as well as most of you all. But you're a long way from Mantis.
That's Just covering bases.
I guess we'll rest up until we're summoned.
Okay, so you all can gain the benefit of a long rest. You sleep through the night. It's a little chilly up here since you were in the far, far north. It's below freezing outside. But there's plenty of blankets, furs and skins and things of the sort there to stay warm. And at first light, you hear the door unlatch just as you all are getting up and getting ready to go. And it's the same guard who had come to you before. And he says to you all, "The Thane will see you now.
Oh, very good.
Please come with me."
Yes.
And escort you out the door, and you see the two guards at the longhouse follow in, and then another two, and then another two are sort of just flanking, and you have like a whole escort with you of guards. And you see a sizable crowd sort of formed around the longhouse in which you were staying in, as they're pushing through the crowd, almost kind of like bodyguard style, where they're making room for you all to walk. And you can see people just sort of whispering, and you hear Thyra, she's here to save us. No, Thyra cannot do anything for us, and just sort of like bickering back and forth. But they're all eyes on you, and especially Bryn. But the guards continue, out of the way, and then make room, and then you go to the Lost Hall where you had first seen the Thane. And as you walk in, the large double doors are opened, and you're back into the large space with the wood flooring, sort of the log walls on the side. You see stone pillars sort of holding up some of the architecture there. Weapons on display, hammers, axes, swords, just on the wall, shields. There's two long tables kind of at either side, just off center of the room, with large decorative, like a cloth over the entire length of it, with fabric woven with some sort of not quite filigree, because that's more metal, but lots of nice designs into the fabric. And you see these two tables, and at the front there's another one, and seated there is Thane Hjalmar with his long, luxurious blonde beard and his braided blonde hair at the side. Seated next to him is a woman, where she has sort of a not really a crown, but almost like a wreath made of antlers around her. She has large sort of black around her eyes, almost like they were painted and pulled across all the way across her forehead. Most of her clothing is dyed black. Her long sort of black wiry hair kind of showing underneath, or out from under this little wreath. And he looks over you all. You see the two guards stationed at the inside of the door. The rest wait outside. And you also see two people seated at the left table as you're looking into the room. One of which is a small halfling man with kind of brown short hair, wearing some sort of ceremonial garb. And you also see Gerd sitting next to him, Bryn's sister, also wearing similar sort of ceremonial garb. In the center there's two large braziers sort of lighting the area with torches on the walls, and one large sort of fire pit that's roaring with fire. Of note as well.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if I knew the Thane's wife, girlfriend, whatever. Do I know of her? Do I know who she is? Or is that news to me?
He doesn't have one.
So whoever's sitting at his right-hand side is not his partner or whatever. Okay.
No, but Sargento, you recognize her.
Do I?
Oh?
She was there in Hauger and helped defend against the creature.
Oh. Is what she's wearing like priestess like garb? Gotcha. I have another really important question.
Sure.
What color are her eyes?
Her eyes are sort of a grayish blue, very light blue.
What was her
Also,
name again? Oh, sorry.
we don't know. I don't
Okay.
think we know.
You're not entirely for sure, but if it's the seer of
This year.
for winter is Sylvie, but she was injured and was recovering apparently.
So this could be Sylvie, but we don't know.
Right. But
And then
so Gento
also,
recognized.
I forgot to ask last time, what color were the Thane's eyes? It's really important.
The Thane's eyes are bright blue.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to.
This is the thing, Sargento. Don't worry about it. Just
Oh,
a thing.
all right. I would like to stealthily pass along the information to Bryn that I recognize the lady that's sitting up there with him. Was there in the? Is it? Do I need to make a check for that, or is that just? Can I silently sort of whisper that?
If you'd like to, it's not that big of a deal.
do
You
it
can
with
just let
hand
her
signals.
As
know. But
oh,
go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, as we're walking in, can I look around and try to clock like how many armed guards there are and whether the situation looks
Yeah,
casual
absolutely.
or if it looks hostile?
You've got 2 guards there at the entrance. A little more heavily armored than what had escorted you to the longhouse or the meat hall here. Aside from that, the only other person that would possibly pose a threat is going to be the Thane, who is sort of a giant of a man, akin to Bryn, very tall, very big, muscular. You definitely have the feeling that he's swung an axe a time or two in his day. But if you're kind of looking around, you can see that there in the back of the room is almost like a pedestal with a very decorative carpet leading up to a very decorated, carved out of wood throne that is empty. And you see the Thane is sitting at a table before it.
Okay.
Please have a seat. We have much to discuss. And he motions over to one side of one of the sort of tables with the benches laid out.
Ron will sit where Bryn sits, so he can stay next to her.
All right. You all will take your seats, and the Thane sort of looks you all over. So, like I mentioned, we have much to discuss. There is a terrible creature that is destroying hamlets, villages all around Forwinter. Now,
Like we told you.
while they do not belong to Forwinter proper, they depend on us for various things. And I firmly believe that if I can unite all of these hamlets and villages along with Forwinter, that we could defeat this beast. But I need your help. But first we shall exchange gifts as is customary. And he snaps, and some servants bring out some gifts for you all. There is a large sort of pony keg of mead. There is a large sort of a ceramic jar they place down that you immediately smell is probably full of honey cakes, and they bring over just various furs, and then sort of one sharpened like hand axe on top of the furs. Not anything like magical or anything about it. It's just decorative and more symbol. And he
Ron
looks. Go ahead.
whispers to Bryn, like, do we have gift?
Yeah, I didn't buy nothing.
You have us at a disadvantage. My Thane, we did not realize we would be speaking with you directly. We were unable to prepare proper gifts, but please accept this as a token. Everybody search your inventory. What do you got that we can lose?
Ron pulls out the pristine polar bear pelt on the small can and stops Ron real quick and says what he's gonna say.
Oh no, I was gonna pull out my fancy dragon chess piece that has
You're
been
gonna
no
give it to
use to
them?
me.
I have a
what?
screaming rock.
The chess
but I
piece
don't
that I've
wanna lose
had.
it.
Wait, you can't wear the chess piece?
Chess.
Chess. As in
Chess.
like
Oh,
board game.
I thought you meant like dragon hide from the dragon you killed. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
same.
no,
I thought
if
that
I had a-
too.
Oh.
Monks don't wear armor. What are you talking about?
Okay, so a dragon chess piece.
Mhm. Very
I can-
ornate.
The
I
polar
can
bear pelt.
give a gold feather brooch.
You give that to him?
Okay.
Sure, it's gold. It can melt it down.
Okay.
Is that
What
the
I got,
same?
man?
Is that the same brooch that all of us were given?
That King
Yeah.
Oscar
Yeah.
gave you as a symbol. Yes.
I feel like that's important, Bryn.
Don't have anything else. What do you want me to do?
I mean, he gave you like food, drink, like hides, and like a hand axe. So
Yeah, I don't have anything.
I think the polar belt and the chess piece would
You think
work.
that's enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bryn,
I
you would know that he
have-
expects at least something from everyone.
Okay, I have to
small
give
or
him
whatever.
something.
So each of us have to
But-
give him something. No.
I have honey cake rations that were made by the Babas.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give him those.
I dig in my purse and I pull out some Tide Creeper and I like slide it on the table.
Okay.
Kind of like
Nice.
wink at him.
Sargento.
I take a little vial of potion out of my pocket and I roll it around in my hands. I said, I got this from a lady at port, and I thought it was a healing potion, but I took it and I tripped balls right out my head, and I was like talking to dolphins and stuff. So you might enjoy this too. And I give him a potion of animal friendship.
Okay. All right. So he, well, he doesn't directly accept your gifts. The servant collects them all and he looks them over and then motions them out of the room. Very well. Now that we have exchanged gifts, we can speak. As I had mentioned before, we have a very large problem in this area.
And as we mentioned before, I believe our goals are aligned.
My goal is to unite the people so we are able to defend ourselves.
Our goal is to destroy Monster. If it works out to align people to a cause, very good.
How do we make it where we both get what we want? You know that in order for I to unite the people, I must be Jarl.
Can be Jarl, I have no say in matter.
You know that I cannot be Jarl unless I wield the power of Furma and Elding.
I do not see that you... I do not see how I can help you with this.
Well,
You could take a level in Eldritch Knight like I did. It's not really that hard.
there are ways that we could accomplish this.
You could join us with Babas. They might be able to help you.
Well, there are many options. Perhaps I will indulge you in what I am thinking.
I'm sorry, yes, please.
First, you could join me at my side, and we could rule together before winter and unite everyone under our banners.
You propose marriage.
Is that what he's proposing?
He's proposing like a partnership, but you could interpret it that if you'd like.
Bryn barfs a little in her mouth.
What is other option?
And this Bryn kind of barfs in her mouth a little bit. He says, I would hope that you would take this seriously because not only do we have
I
a
don't
problem
do it
with
really obvious. I just
not only do we have issue with creature destroying villages and hamlets and killing many people, but we also have the threat of Ramcrown to attend with. As they are the
Ramcrown
sole
has its own problems if it makes you feel better.
Ramcrown has seized control of the port, and from what I heard, could be marching on last chance. How far will they go until they control the entire region? Vantis is all but destroyed via the sea. They are crippled and they are weak.
Oh, I'm just
I'm counting
looking
to
at.
crush them.
We're all looking at Sargento right now.
Sorry, Sargento.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Sargento's just like trying to be. He's covering any like patches on his jacket or anything that he can. Just like.
So I take it you do not want to join me and rule together for winter.
I do not wish to rule. I have destiny elsewhere. But I will help you destroy a monster.
Perhaps you could willingly give me your power. There is a ritual that could be performed to do this.
I do not. What kind of ritual? Bryn's like, there's no such fucking ritual. But she doesn't really know, but she's like pretty sure.
Make an Arcana check.
A natural one.
Not sure. You never heard of it
It's a
before,
5.
but however, with I think several of y'all's pretty good passive perception, over behind the seer in the corner, you see various runes etched on the ground with a blue paint, positioned in sort of a triangular fashion. Definitely look like to be for some magical purpose.
Are there any runes like that around us or under our chairs or anything like that?
Is this, these are only options. Either I rule with you by your side, or I give up my powers to you.
It is the only way that I can ascend to Jarl and unite the people. Because I strongly believe that if everyone bands together, we can stop all of the bloodshed and defeat this beast.
Well, why can't we just verbally say that we'll help you? Why do we have to like give up our friend in like holy matrimony?
No
You
one
would
said
have me-
anything about matrimony.
You would have me lie
I'm
to my
getting
people.
matrimony vibes. That's all I'm saying, okay?
Yeah, there was a vibe.
Can we have
Yeah.
a pinky swear that will help you? Like, we want this as much as you want this. I feel like there doesn't.
Yeah, is he
need
being
to be-
threatening right now? Like, what's the vibe?
Yeah.
At this point,
We
he's
get a
just,
vibe
he's
check?
just giving you
I'll
a
roll.
couple of options as to.
I want a vibe check. I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
No, no, I didn't do well at all.
Inside isn't a mind reader, but.
Um,
Oh, do I have a spell for that?
Vibe? God, I hope you do.
I don't
He
remember what
is
I took when I leveled.
presenting you some options.
I don't like the options he has presented to me.
He firmly believes that he has to ascend to Jarl to unite these people. Otherwise, they're going to continue on their own. So what are you proposing to me? Do you not want to willingly give up your power to save hundreds of lives?
It is not. I just do not think it is something that can happen. I do not feel like you can get my power that way.
I know it is possible.
How do you know this? Who told you?
And you see the lady sort of lean forward, and look at you, Bryn, with sort of the blacked out eyes, and she says, "It is possible
You
because I
are,
can do it."
Sylvie, no?
Yes,
And you will take my power, my thunder and my lightning.
I will.
Will I keep my strength? And my knowledge?
Yes.
What about my other magics? You just want thunder?
You would lose
the
all
lightning.
ability to cast your magics that are bestowed upon you by the gods.
It's... What if what you presume is not true? What if it is not bestowed on me by gods? Then what? What happens to power?
Your power is your power, and it will be transferred to the Thane.
Ron is not like this. Why not just we fight in your name, in your honor, God's bless it, we kill Beast, and leave it at that.
So you would have me appear weak in front of my people. You come to solve my problems.
Then you fight with us. And don't need needless of hundreds of people die to this beast who can clearly
It is
destroy
not going
weaklings.
to work, Ron. Even if he says he can wield me as his weapon, I would have to stay. If I were to leave, then I am not his to wield.
Can I get an insight check on the seer and see maybe her body language, if she appears to be presenting in the same way as she was on the day of the attack that
Sure.
I witnessed her?
Mm-hmm.
And where her, I want to, well, also, I'm also curious as to whether or not her eyes were black.
Like
That's the paint around her eyes.
The paint-
She has like a
alright, alright.
grayish blue actual eye color.
Okay, so yeah, this is just insight to see if, her body language matches, anything changed.
Sure.
That ain't bad at all. Dirty 20.
She is giving off some creepy witch vibes, which are not that different than what you saw briefly when you were in Halgar. You know she's very
Which vibes you
powerful,
say?
as she can
How
bring ice down from the
how
sky.
attractive is she? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, just asking for
14.
a friend. Ooh.
If you are all into like, if you're into like Norse meets like Viking meets witch vibes, then there you go.
Max, you've met me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I could settle down here, I suppose. Oh, I have purpose in life, cannot be done.
What purpose is
I
that?
don't care. You can take power, but I will be sad as I need it.
What is
My
your
purpose-
purpose?
My purpose is to live on mission. Sent from those who taught me these powers,
What is your mission?
to help others. And
To
to
help
seek not
others.
power, and to seek not rest, but to save those who need saving. And that is why I will kill this monster.
Are the people around you not worth saving? If you do not
People
seek
are worth
power,
saving, but there are other people in the world. They also need saving. I cannot give you details, but we are on a very important mission. Aside from this, there are dark powers at work, even darker than this beast.
you would have me fight alongside you, and you would lie to my people and say that I helped you defeat it, or that I
would
defeated
not
the
lie to your
monster.
people. I would simply say nothing. You can lie if you wish.
If you say nothing, how will they believe it?
Correct you, and I will be gone the next day.
Yes, you can take credit. You can take Beast Head.
Yes.
And the seer says, "It is true that only a god on this very earth, wielding thunder and lightning, can defeat this beast."
First off, are you sure lightning and thunder can defeat it? Why do you believe this?
This is what the prophecies say.
No, the prophecy is about who will become Jarl. It is not about Beast. My friend
else?
here, his village was destroyed by Beast. The seer
Yes.
here, she fought Beast. Did her magic help her?
I am not God on earth. I am not the one that is prophesied to return.
This is very tiresome. Fine, you can have powers. I don't care. I do not want them. I will find new powers.
He thinks for a moment. You're willing to give up your powers?
If it means that you will let me and my friends go and help us defeat monster. You promise to defeat monster with powers.
I will do this.
And you promise to be good leader to these people.
I promise to lead them to the best of my abilities as the Jarl.
Then fine, I do not care. It is just power.
Okay. So, DM caveat here. If you agree to do this, you will no longer be an Eldritch Knight.
Fuck, are you serious? I thought they were faking this shit.
Oh yeah, I thought she had fake powers. I
Oh,
was
damn.
like, what powers?
And I will say, your power will be gone. What happens after that, you won't know for certain. You could possibly regain it as you had learned it before. That is definitely up in the air. But you know that if you go through with this, based on what they're telling you, you will no longer be an Eldritch Knight.
I would like to sleight of hand.
Still the powers.
Slide the rod of rulership into Bryn's hand.
So, if Bryn is sitting next to Ron, where would you be sitting? Because I currently have you on the other end. You'd have to pass a note like in class.
Specific
But
about it. I guess we could
put you
like
next to
lunch
Ron.
table pass a note underneath until we get to her. But see, I'm down on the other end. Is
I
there
think
any
you should have to pass it through Ron to see what happens
Oh
first.
no, don't do that. I think
I imagined I was at the end because I was closest to the
you're the closest
Jarl,
to the thing.
but or the Thane.
Y'all can sit however you want. Right now, I
whatever.
have you Bryn, Ron, Vin, Valken, and Sargento. If you want to play musical chairs, that's fine, but you just gotta let me know.
That's kind of how I pictured it, is that he was hiding at the very end since he said he was trying to make himself look not existing. And so whenever we looked at him, we'd have to like all lean over the table. But totally up to you.
hold
that
on.
changes things, I reckon. Yeah, no, I'm still gonna try it. I'm still gonna try to like pass it along as sneakily as I can, and just hope that they get the hint.
Sure. You can make a sleight of hand check over to Valken. So
I need a minute to address my character sheet, my bonds, ideals, and
yeah.
flaws.
So
Give me a second,
I have
folks.
posed you a question that is very important to your character. So I'll let the note passing happen while you can resolve that. Go ahead with your sleight of hand for Sargento.
Which die do I use? Because I don't want to fuck you guys. Oh God in heaven!
Can I wait? I would like to help him in any
It's too
way.
late.
Or no, I can. I have a thing.
Uh-huh.
Hold the phone. Let me read my
You
stuff.
can go to hell.
No.
Actually, no, it was a 7, not a 1.
I
Okay.
have Bend of Luck
But it would. It might have been.
that I will add to that roll if I can. Attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Is that what this is? Ability check.
It's an ability check, yeah.
Okay.
I need to ask the DM a couple of questions.
Sure.
Finish
I
your
will do that.
note passing in class real quick if you'd
Yeah.
like.
And can I do Tides of Chaos on my Bend of Luck or no?
I don't believe so. Let me double check. No, Tides of Chaos is for you. But Bend of
Okay.
Luck is for somebody else.
Gotcha. All right, let's go with this.
Ron,
4, baby, let's go.
Okay, that's a total of 12.
Okay.
I thought it was a 1, but it was a 7. I got +1, so that'd be 12. Total.
So you pass the rod over to Valken, and we'll come back to that. What are your questions, Bryn?
First question. If I were to give him the power, he would have my power,
Yes.
but I know that the role of a Jarl is not to necessarily go out and fight monsters. Correct? Like, how warrior-like are these? Like, that's what I'm not really sure.
Very
Like, just
much.
contextually. So he might go out and use the powers.
Yeah. Think while this is not directly, it's not directly a one-to-one to like Norse society because I don't know enough about the society, but I'm heavily borrowing from it. So for this guy to be in charge, he's got to be able to hold his own. people have to follow him. It's not a sit down and tell people what to do type scenario.
I need to know more about him. Does he seem like a good leader? Can I do like an insight roll on that?
That's a lot to unpack in an insight roll. Whether he's a good leader or not.
Oh God.
From what you know is that he wants to destroy this monster. He wants to consolidate power and unite people underneath his banner to be Jarl of Forwinter. He talks about Ramcrown posing a threat. As far as that, you can kind of take it as you will what his intention is. He's very insistent on getting this power to become Jarl.
Okay, I have a question for the Jarl, or for the Thane then.
Mm-hmm.
What if I said I wished to rule in your place? That I have power and I will help these people, but you must step down.
What do you know of ruling?
Nothing. What do you know of having God's powers?
Fortunately, that is not the deal I've put on the table. He looks at you sort of pointedly.
I will happily give you my powers if you can convince me that you will only use them for good.
Wait, Bryn. Ron wants to speak to the Thane and kind of, not like poke at his pride, but kind of dissuade him that this is not the way.
So before we get to that, Falcon, you feel a
oh shit,
a poke, as Sargento is just trying to like hand you some rod.
This is my favorite thing ever.
Take the fucking rod.
I mean, I'm pretty much grabbed the rod at this point.
Okay,
but
what are you gonna do?
Like, I'm like side eyeing, like,
what would you like to do with this rod?
I'm eyeing Sargento right now.
With my eyes, I'm like trying very pointedly to get him to pass it along.
Okay, I start to slide the rod down to who's next to me? Ben?
I'm assuming it's under the table because you're not just like slamming it on the counter and just.
No, I haven't.
No, it's not on the table.
It's like in my lap right now.
Make a sleight of hand check if you're gonna pass it over to Vin.
Okay.
Oh no.
17.
Okay. We'll continue on with Ron's line of thinking.
Thane, if you are to rule, your power must be earned, not taken from someone that is strong. Through some ritual. The people will know this, that you do not have power, then suddenly power appear. You must earn the trust of the people. And the gods did not bless you with such power.
I have the trust of my people in Forwinter, but the prophecy is prophecy. If the power, however it is gained, if I have it, then the gods have willed it to be so, because it cannot be any other way. What better way to gain the favor of those who do not believe, or those who are weary, than to defeat the beast with his newfound power?
If you are worthy of such power, then you have to defeat Ron.
He looks at Bryn. You would have him fight your battles for you in your stead.
No, of course not. Ron, stop it. You are being silly.
No, Ron will not let you lose your powers to
I
some
will not let you get
fool.
killed for some stupid powers that are not important.
No, it's not battle to death.
or real, and I just kind of like nudge to like Valken. They're not even real. To see if he believes me.
What?
All right. So, as they're discussing, Vin, you feel a weird like prod at your leg as Valken is trying to pass you something.
I look at Valken like, what?
I'm assuming this you're gonna do what you're gonna do, Valken. If not, you can let me know.
Yeah, I just look at her like, take it.
Okay, I like take it. It's like in my lap, and I'm like looking down the table line because I know that Valken didn't just have this rod.
Still, Sargento is just like,
Am I sitting across from Vin? I mean,
So
Bryn?
you're in a line on one side, so it's Sargento, Valken, you, Ron, and Bryn.
So Ron is across from me.
Nope, he's beside you.
We're all in a line. Okay.
The tables are really far apart. Like it's a huge hall.
I like pass it over to Ron, like slowly and slyly, like kind of poke him on the side, and kind of like do a head thing so that he knows that it's supposed to go to Bryn.
If you're gonna
All right,
pass to
Ron.
him, make a sleight of hand check.
Okie dokie. Oh dear. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. 2.
Oh my.
Wait, how did Valken pass it to me and didn't do a sleight of hand check?
He
I
did.
did.
Oh, he did?
I rolled a 17.
I'm seeing if I can do anything after the fact. I can't do Ties of Chaos after the fact.
I don't believe so.
What else do I have? Okay. When I make a magical guidance, when I make an ability check that fails, you can spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll the d20.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Burn those sorcery points.
14.
14, okay. So continue. Bryn, as you were in the Thane and Ron were having their discussion.
Would it be a fight to the death? Does Bryn know this?
I don't. Well, the Thane didn't issue the challenge. Ron did, so it'd be up to Ron.
Oh, it's like Ron's
Oh,
turns.
it'd be first to yield.
I do not want you to fight my battles, Ron.
And I like kind of interject, and I'm just like, but if you did, it'd be pretty weak, wouldn't it? You know, just kind of like insinuating that Bryn is not powerful.
You are funny, small one. You are
I'm
funny.
just calling it like I see it.
This makes no sense. If you wish to team up and take down monster who is ravaging your people, and you sit here idly crying because you have no power, and sit here and do nothing, what kind of ruler is that? A terrible leader. You take fate into your own hand, destiny into your own hand, not listen to some foolish god. God guide you, not direct you.
So proud of Ron right now.
He looks at you, Ron, as you're essentially insulting, right? The Thane. And he looks at you and he says, "How did you fare against the beast? How is your village now?"
Ron is still here standing. Ron has lived and breathed to take vengeance and kill the beast with Ron's own hands.
And yet, it still destroys and destroys and destroys.
But we are here now. We have found the beast.
He slams his hand on the table. "But I've been here! And I'm doing what I can. I'm doing as my gods command. I'm doing what I need to do. I do not care about you. I do not care what you do or don't do. I don't care if you vow vengeance.
Ron slams the table back. Then join us. We are here. We can defeat it together.
That is the plan. What say you, Bryn? Do you willingly do this? Give me your power. Wield against the beast.
How many other people are in this room right now?
2 guards, 2 religious figures, including one is Gerd, the seer, the Thane, and you all.
What does Gerd's look like? Can I do an insight on her?
I mean, she hasn't said anything, but you can roll
but
insight to
what's
see
her,
how
like,
she's.
facial?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a read on her. Just curious what her vibe is. 14?
She hasn't said a whole lot, and from what you remember, she's just started training recently to become a Gothi. So she's kind of a little wide-eyed, almost like this whole thing is kind of above my pay grade, and holy shit, I can't believe I'm here for it, kind of thing.
Okay, well, what if I say no?
And that is your choice to make. You can say
Well, then
no
what, you'll let us leave?
if that is what you wish.
Insight on him.
Sure.
Ron will also insight.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh,
Man, these honey
22.
cakes sure are
No.
delicious.
17.
He, throughout this conversation, has seemed very adamant that he needs your power to rule and to defeat this beast. You're not sure if this, but you know that people believe in this prophecy. You're not sure if he would just let the opportunity just walk away. It's too important for him, too important for the people that believe this stuff.
Yes, Queen Bryn arc, here we go.
You're not sure if what he's telling you is well intentioned, but you're not for sure what the root of that is.
Yeah.
Does he really care? Is he wanting to just become powerful? Is it okay for him to become powerful as long as it helps other people? That's for you to decide.
Cannot do this. I would happily give you my powers if I knew you to be a good man, but I do not know it. This is the responsibility that I have taken, and I understand its costs, and you do not. You cannot simply take powers and give up nothing for them. Let us leave. We will kill the monster for you, and then we will leave your lands forever. I will never return. I swear it.
He thinks for a moment. It is unfortunate that you would hold this power so close to you and to keep it all for yourself instead of doing the right thing as what the prophecy demands.
I said I will kill the monster. What more do you wish? I am not a ruler.
That's right,
And
you are not.
not a wielder of powers. You have not earned them. You have not studied. You have not trained with them.
And he stands up and he says to you, "No, I have not wielded such power before, and I have not earned them. but I will earn them. And I will wield such power. I promise you this. And he says to the guards in the back, he says, apprehend them. If they are to fight back, I want them alive. And that's where we'll take a break.
He said, "Oh, what a dick!"
He was lying.
This motherfucker.
He was
I knew he
lying.
wasn't a good guy. I was so close to just giving him my powers. I was so close.
That would have been very interesting.
But I had a hunch he was not a good man. And it literally says on my character sheet that with great power comes great responsibility.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take our break. So go ahead and get some snacks, fill up your drinks, stretch your appropriate and inappropriate appendages. I don't know. We said that one time. All appendages
pet
are
your
appropriate.
dogs and your birds and your other pets.
Yeah. And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. See you in just a few.